Dumbing down HLP, I think about creating gaps and closing gaps. Now, I'm not talking about hip-shoulder separation. I'm not talking about this rubber band effect that's been popular on social media from like the front leg or foot to the arm. I'm not talking about that whatsoever. I don't think that any of that is actually good. What I'm talking about is creating this visual gap in my mind. This is the framework I like to use. If I drew a line across my shoulders, okay, all the way out past my arms and all the way out past my arms that way, I would have just this flat line, and then I would also do the same for my hips. So I imagine that I have these two flat lines going across my body. Now, when I go to start my load, I already know that there's a ratio involved with a high level pattern, and the ratio in the load is usually what gets guys off because they don't quite get it, okay? So I have to be able to coil as much as I go up the back, as much as I also go forward. And that's how you learn how to control the load. If the load's off, it's gonna be a difficult day. When I start to coil around my leg and go up my back, these lines that I had on my shoulders and on my hips, they're going to start to open and create a bigger gap, okay? So these two lines will start to go like this because I'm also going to be closing the gap on this side, all right? So when I pick my leg up and I go around my back right hip and I go up my back, this pelvis starts to slightly tilt. I have a little bit of a tilt right in there that I do. And then my front shoulder kind of goes down. Now when I do that, I'm creating a gap back here and I'm closing a gap on the front side, right? Okay, now here's the thing. When I go to launch, I'm going to close this gap as fast as I can. That's it. Meaning I've created a gap back here, right? This has now opened. This has now closed. And then all I'm going to do is switch it right when I launch. So then I create a gap on this side that then opens, and then this side closes extremely fast. And as long as I have the ability to do that during my forward move, I know that I'm in a good spot. If I can't close that gap back here, I'm going to be too far forward, and all I'm gonna have to do after I slip my leg is use my arms in order to swing, okay? I didn't close this gap completely. My pelvis stayed straight, there wasn't a tilt, and all I did was drop the top half of the gap. So if you're trying to learn HLP, maybe this is helpful, maybe not, I don't know, we'll see.